my name is Leticia. Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about trendy makeup. If you are in the social media, you're probably aware of new makeup trends. Strawberry makeup, tomato makeup, latte makeup. I don't know what else they're gonna come up with makeup. Well, those type of makeups are a really interesting phenomenon. And if you are confused, you're not alone. You might be thinking, what does it mean? What is a tomato, strawberry, latte makeup? Are we talking about the color, the texture, and most importantly, you might be thinking, how do I try that? I want to try that. I want to freshen up my routine. I want to try something creative, or even I want to try it, but I don't want to buy more stuff. So stay here and I'll tell you how. So basically, these types of makeups, they are just naming conventions for types of makeups and coloring that we've already been using for a long time. People were just naming them now. Latte makeup would be something that we already talked in another video. I'll leave a link. It's basically about brownish makeup. So think about lattes. This brown color, not necessarily very bronzy. You can go that way, but it doesn't have to. It's like that coffee with milk color that can vary from very light to very dark, but basically you're getting like a bronze latte look. And it can go towards like something very cozy fall look, or it can go to something really summery and bronzed look. It depends on you and what you want and what's best on you. Now, the tomato and strawberry makeup, basically when you add a lot of red in your makeup, usually the cheeks, and sometimes you can go really hardcore on the blush, adding a lot of blush in this area and even coming up to the nose. And you can also add red in your eye makeup and a lot on your lips. It depends where you want to go. I would say the difference between tomato and strawberry makeup is basically that tomato can go autumn even, like you can go a little bit rusty, which is not necessarily the color of tomato, and strawberries have a small black dot. People usually do freckles, fake freckles on themselves, which, you know, take it or leave it. But the most important thing, now that you understand those trends and what are their role and what they are there for, so basically they are there for just to name a look and maybe create a trend. I don't know why, but the most important thing is how do you adapt that to yourself, to your own coloring, your own style, your own face features, because it's important to try new things so you don't get bored with routine, and even to exercise your own creativity. And sometimes trying new things will make you realize other things that you like and even come into your own personalized style better than you were before. Let's start there. First thing, I have my face makeup ready. I already use foundation, concealer, and powder. So I'm ready to start getting color back into my skin. So let's talk about colors. Here, if I haven't made that clear in this channel, we're all about empowering people to feel their best in their own skin, in their personal style, coloring, in their life. But we don't want you to feel freaked out because you're spending too much money over consuming and then the earth is gonna heat up and turn into a ball of fire and it's all your fault. We don't want eco guilt, but we don't also want you consuming more than you feel comfortable with. So going into my stash, I picked up colors that you will usually see in a normal collection. So are very like natural blush colors. They will probably look something like this, which is in between pink and peachy color, which is, you know, very healthy. This one has shine, this one doesn't. It's very healthy, very natural looking, but those don't really give us the impression of tomato, strawberry. One of the first options is to go slow. So basically you apply a normal, there's no such thing, but you apply a normal color that you already have at home that is mostly natural color of blush, but you go hardcore on the amount. When I say hardcore, I don't mean just apply half of the package on your face. Slowly build it up until you see that color coming alive and you push your boundaries a little bit. Maybe you go towards your nose. See if the look flatters you. A good tip for that is looking at photos or maybe in the mirror, depending where you're in your life, but look back at times where you were tanning, well, mostly naturally, because that's when we get that red like blush. So look back at when you were a child or a teenager and see if you have photos that have this part rosed on you after tanning, and then you're gonna see where it naturally looks and occurs on you, like that blushed tan look. That is probably an area that is going to flatter you because it's your natural area of, blushing. Some people do blush, so you already know, like, this is my natural blushing spot. Some people, when they do exercise, they get really red. For once, I get red all over my face, so that's not flattering at all. But some people just get a little, flushed on their cheeks. So go towards your past, try to think about it and see what are the places that actually flatter you. Look at the photos, look at the videos, I don't know. But if you don't have any of those informations, if you have no idea, experiment with makeup on your face. That's the easiest thing to do. Another thing you can do, which you probably do have, maybe not exactly the ones I'm showing you right here, but you probably do have, is a red lipstick. MAC has pretty traditional red colors. This is a sample of the color, so it's easier to, find it in a collection. You probably have a red. This is a little darker, rusty red. This is an Ilia one. It's also a little rusty and darker. This is another MAC one, which is a little more rosy and it goes towards the browns. It's a little more natural. And this is another MAC one, which is very, much more rusty. It's called Chili. So I brought those four here because I think that those are really tomato strawberry colors. We could use it like that. But you're thinking, okay, those are lipsticks. What about, blush? Yeah. Well, lipstick can also be used as blush. It depends on the formula. But if you don't want to buy new products, like why would you buy a new blush that is reddish and pinkish? You're probably not going to use it much, or you don't know if you will, and then have it there in your collection and you never use it again. If you have a perfect good lipstick, to try it out first so you can know if you actually want to do your investment, So we are going to try those two techniques and see how it goes. First, I'm going in with the Burt's Bees in Fresh Apricot. So you can see it's really natural color. Just taking some. Go slow. Don't just jump right in and regret later, because taking product off your face is almost impossible. You have to actually wash it out depending on the circumstances. So go slow. Go to a place with good lighting, grab your mirror and go slow. Oh, picked up more than I thought I would. Clean the excess. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. This is fun. This is supposed to be fun and not supposed to be stressful. If you apply too much, you can always come with a little bit of the concealer or foundation that you still have in a sponge on a brush, or even with powder if it has a little bit of coverage, and just tap it to remove a little bit of the color. I was getting too much of this blush because it's kind of powdery, so I was getting more than I wanted to. Now it's more under control. Always start with the blush far from your cheeks, from the center of your face. And that's kind of a general tip. It doesn't really matter on the shape of your face, and there is a reason why. Because if you bring it to the center of your face, sometimes you apply like this, right? So this part of your cheeks, when you're resting, they fall. And if you apply down here, it's gonna bring all your face down with it. Try not to smile. If you can smile just to see where it is, don't apply when you're smiling. Do not do that. And you can always bring some to your eyes. A lot of people, actually, I am one of those, when they get sunburned, suntan, natural, they do get a little red here because it's the places where the sun naturally shines and naturally burns your face. See, that's where I'm going. And while this is a lot of blush, it's not that much blush for me. I do that sometimes, so if I want to be adventurous, I'm gonna start coming here in this area. That is not a natural place for me to apply blush. But because I'm not sure, I'm going slowly. Pick up more product with caution. And if you want to tone it down a little bit, just come with the brush with your powder and just tap it. Or blend it a little bit. It's so hot in here, I'm dying. So now, how does this look? Do you like it? This is a time where you're gonna look at the mirror and you're gonna be like, do you like this trend? Is this trend for me? It might not be, and that's okay. It's about having fun, experimenting, and trying to find new things. Another tip, if you're going for red, it's always good to be conscious of what types of red look good on you. I did other videos talking about color theory. They might enlighten it better, but just quickly I'm gonna say, if you are warmer toned, you can go to rusty colors, more warmth and yellow in it. So reds that are closer to oranges. If you are colder in a color scale, go towards bluer reds. So reds that are a little closer to the purple. Because if you're going to put red on your face and it's, oh, any color, by the way, on your face, and it's not flattering to you, it's going to be instantly bad. And what I mean about bad, you might be going for the contrast, you might be going for like, look at my lips, and that's great. But if you want harmony, if you want to your makeup to be red as just like you being nice and healthy, then that might not be the best approach. Try to go for colors that flatter you in overtone and undertone. So I'm going to take a little bit of chili and I'm going to put on my palette. You can put it on your backhand, anywhere you want. Just don't put directly on your cheek, because now we're going to try to transform our lipstick in blush. So there you go. Don't mind the dirt. I use it constantly. You can tap with your finger or with a dual fiber. I recommend. Why? Because you have a lot of control with fingers, and the brush, because it takes very little product, the dual fiber, and it usually ensures lighter application, so you don't fret that you're like just applying too much on your face at once and then you just freak out and like, I want to wash my face. Please proceed carefully. With my fingers, just tapping the product. There's a lot, so tap it again in the cleaner part to ensure that you don't have too much, and test on your hand. Oh, look. Test first on your hands, always. They are different from your face, but at least you can see what you will get. I think that's a pretty good blush color. So let's try in our face. And this time, because it's red and is more intense in color, I'm just starting at the center and tap it out, blending the edges, so it doesn't overwhelm my face completely. Something else that I didn't say, kind of goes without saying, but let's say it anyways. This type of experimentation really should do with time. Don't do it if you're in a rush, if you have to be out of the door in 15 minutes. Accidents will happen because you're gonna be stressed. Do it Sunday morning when you have nothing better to do. Don't do it under stress.
So hot here.
What do you think? I do look like I'm burning up, don't I? The point of this makeup is to make you look like, I just came out of the sun, look at me, which is great. It might be something that you dig, it might not. In this case, don't try it, or try a very toned out version of that. This is the more like going all in, which I do like it. I think it's kind of cute. It's not my signature look, for sure. And once you do that and maybe live with it for one day or even less than that, you might be really uncomfortable. So you're gonna figure out if this is for you or if it's not. Or maybe parts of it are for you. Maybe, oh, I never tried the nose blush and I actually really like it. That happened to me. Like, I started applying blush a little bit on the bridge of my nose and then I figured, oh, I love this. This is part of my everyday look. So experimenting like that and using those trends to enhance, change, or maybe just freshen up or be a little creative one day, it's great. You should do it. If not just for, experimenting with your style, maybe just to, have a little fun and renew your passion for makeup and style. It's always cool to do different things like that, and you certainly brighten your mood. I for once feel like I need more powder because I'm melting. Now I'm gonna finish the makeup and we can go to conclusions. It's always a good idea to bring a little bit of the color that you used in the rest of your face, like cheeks, into other areas of your face to make it one thing. So I brought it a little bit to my eyes, and now I'm bringing the same lipstick very carefully to my mouth, because there's already so much going on. I don't really want to do a lot in the eyes, so I'm just gonna set my eyes with the most neutral eyeshadow. In this case, I'm going to use this dusty light pink here from the Essence eye palette My Rose Will Go On. If you want, you can obviously go all out. I just don't feel like that right now, today, and you don't have to. Some people in the strawberry makeup girl look, they would use fake freckles. They will put fake freckles. I for once don't look good at freckles. It's not part of my coloring at all. I'm a deep winter, maybe true winter, right there. So it's not really something natural to me. It does not happen naturally to me. So I will not do it, but there are many tools you can use to try, like the fake freckles. I would proceed with caution because it's really hard to make them look natural. Practice before. I finished my makeup look, and me being a gamine classic in its essence, I like sometimes trying something more dramatic, like a lot of the reds. I would even go for red lips, and I felt like I was missing some like lighter inner corner shine and missing a little bit of the darker outer corner. I added them to make it more me, to make it more my style, and you should do the same. So maybe if you're more like a classic person, you're just gonna try a little powder on the nose, or maybe just a red lip. If you are more like a dramatic, you would even do like a red cat eye. You have so many ways of experimenting. If you like fun with your makeup, you might even like draw a little strawberry in your lids. Like, I don't know. Go out there and create and try new stuff. That is the message. If it looks good, in the end of the day, it's only makeup. Wash your face, take it off, try again. No one cares, you know? We're here to have fun and feel good with ourselves. I hope you enjoyed this journey, this adventure in the strawberry tomato latte world, whatever. Thank you for commenting, subscribing, liking. It helps a lot. Have an awesome day. See you next. Bye.